Hi everyone, welcome to DOdaily Monday Motivation. It's Des here, ready to attack the week. Try and put myself in a great frame of mind and get those spirits high to attack everything that we love to make the absolute most out of another one. Albeit a bit late, it was important for me to get on tonight. If I'm really honest, the last few days been feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Of course, this is my honest vlog, DOdaily, the different motivations, try to motivate and inspire me first of all to help others. But when it's not going quite so well, I'll let everybody know. Of course, I'll try and put a positive slant on that and see where I can make it better. I've done a few things over the weekend to help with that. I'll come to that shortly. But I'm here today, firing, ready to go. What I will just say, if you can give a thumbs up to this episode, if you appreciate what I'm trying to do here, trying to help others feel good about themselves, use myself as an example, I'd really appreciate the support. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. I'll be working off the different motivations throughout the week, like I say, to keep myself in a good frame of mind, to really look forward and to put anything that's gone before behind me. Over the last few months I've been feeling absolutely fantastic. Going into last Monday I was feeling brilliant about everything that had gone before. One or two tricky situations, but as things can often turn for the better, and that they always do. I always reiterate that for anybody that's not quite feeling it. Just somewhere at the start, after Monday last week, perhaps Tuesday or Wednesday, things just really started getting on top of me, and I can't really put my finger on it. Just feeling a little bit flat, a little bit overwhelmed, as I said before. Not really looking forward to the things that I normally look forward to, and of course didn't get any content out. And this is really important for me. It's the first line of communication for me to get things off my chest and to start dealing with them. So coming into this week, it's not been easy, but I've had to dig deep to find some motivation to really go again, and already I'm feeling much better for it. Just going back to last week, before I come on to the things that have worked for me, it just sort of built up over time. By Friday, I won't say I was in a mess, because I never get too low these days. Getting stuff off my chest, talking about things really helps. Even if it is one way into a camera, the sort of feeling of trying to help others, pay it forward a little bit, helps alone. So getting it out there, does the trick. But like I said, I just really couldn't put my finger on it towards the end of last week. And it is getting bad for me, if I'm honest, when I'm not doing DOdaily, when I'd lost motivation to get out there and run. It's something that I picked up again, something that worked for me at the start of last week and the weekend before that. But I've had to sort of somehow, without sort of relaying these messages subconsciously as they sometimes are through this. Of course I'm trying to help others, but sometimes it's a direct message to myself, either as I'm saying it or when I look back. So somehow I've had to sort of rely on not having DOdaily, and it's not something I enjoy. I enjoy sort of seeing what I've got to say, sometimes looking back at what I've said before. It's really important for me to do that and keep evaluating. This is almost like a diary. It's a daily vlog. It's exactly that in many ways, but it's just a visual version. So it's important for me to keep doing it, and I'm really frustrated with the way I've not maintained it in the last few weeks. And again, I just sort of look back over this period of a little bit of uncertainty and think, was it building to something? Was I okay? Was I just blustering my way through things, being busy? Talk about being busy a lot, but I guess towards the end of last week, I wasn't as busy as I quite often could be. I was and I wasn't. I don't know. I'm searching for answers, if you can see what I'm trying to do here. But something just triggered in my mind and made me start feeling not as good as I have been. You know, and like I say, I've made the point already about it turns, and I know that, you know, one of the reasons I keep working hard and keep trying to tell myself to do the right things, keep doing this, is because I know that sort of hiccup is only just around the corner, but all I'm trying to do is help myself. So getting sort of back to where we are now, feeling a lot better about myself. You know, I wasn't, yesterday I was going to run, I was really looking forward to that, and it just didn't quite happen. My head wasn't in it and I couldn't do it. I almost felt like I needed to, even though I do the running clubs here in Nottingham, I felt I needed my own headspace and time. So I planned to do it a bit later, but again, motivation was just not there. And I just didn't know where it was going to sort of creep back in for the week ahead, you know, and try and find this positivity again to attack the week. But I did find it. The dog needed a walk. He's actually laying down at my feet at the moment. He's probably wondering what the hell I'm saying. But the dog needed a walk, and I said to Kay, shall we take him somewhere different? The sun was setting, you know, it was just a nice, peaceful scene. But I took so much from that little walk, you know, not putting any pressure on myself to run, but it was a bit of activity. It was something. It's not a replacement. I've got a lot to do in terms of training, but it was just getting out there, taking a few pictures. I always talk about the importance of that, you know, again, building that sort of memory and reminder of where it was. Don't get me wrong, it won't go down as a special occasion, but it was just one of those where myself and Kay got out, just plodded along, had a chat, had a bit of fun with the dog, chucking a stick about, you know, took a few pictures of the canal just outside Nottingham, place where we've been 100 times before. But that headspace gave me enough inspiration to go again this week, and because of what had happened at the end of last week, I was pretty determined anyway. I am a pretty determined character when it's not going quite so well, but I think it was that initially, and then getting up this morning and realising that I need to nip this in the bud. I need to really sort of crack on and put it behind me a little bit. There was no reason for it, like I keep saying, you know, I can't put a finger on it. Like I say, it might have just been a few weeks of building up tiredness, making poor decisions maybe, and it was a case of sort of putting that behind me. And today, the determination, I wanted to get up early, I wanted to run, didn't happen again, so I'd started questioning myself. But as soon as I come home from work, I put my kit on and I went for a 10k run, as long as I've done for a good while now. Not record breaking, just went out for a plod, made sure I could get round. It wasn't particularly slow either, quite pleased with the time, considering the way I approached it. So again, that helped sort of make me feel good. The endorphins have been flowing this evening. You probably see I've got a bit of colour in my face for a change. So that's all great. And then I've just had a relaxing evening. So really looking forward to the week now. Really looking forward to attacking it, you know, making the most of it and building off this. Tomorrow's Tuesday training. I've made myself accountable to get up early in the morning to go out for a run. So I'll be off to bed shortly, but I'm off to bed feeling a lot better than I have been over the last couple of days. And I think that the real message in all that is just to keep searching for it, isn't it? It's the message every day, inadvertently or in many different ways I try and put it across. But just to keep searching for what works for me. You know, I love the dog, you know, I love getting out with Kay and getting on walks. We don't often do it together in reality. It's normally a bit of a chore. One of us has to do it, or I'm taking him out late at night, or she's doing it during the day. We approach it different ways, but having the chance to do it together, doing something that a little bit different. You know, Kay asked me as well if I was alright. It helped me get a few things off my chest. And again, the communication's so important, isn't it? And that's why I do what I do here, you know, just for those who haven't got that sort of natural line of communication like that, I'm just trying to support, help and encourage people to have the absolute best time. I love doing DOdaily. I've got to be better at this part of it. It's a real hobby, you know. I don't get paid to do anything. It don't make any money, of course, because it's such a small channel. But I absolutely love doing it, and I've got to keep remembering that I've got to put time into this hobby. Sometimes this one gets pushed aside. I love my football, I love my running, I do my running groups, you know, I do all sorts of other things trying to help and support others, but this really helps me. So it's another Monday where I'm telling myself I've got to be better at this, I've got to be more consistent. By the fact I'll be getting up early in the morning, hopefully feeling good for the rest of the day, knowing it's in the bank. Tomorrow evening I'll have a bit of time, and hopefully I can put some more time into this and keep producing what I try to produce. Like I say, it's just a message of keep working at the things that you know work or have worked in the past. If you're not feeling fantastic going into the new week, you know, you've got to give yourself an opportunity to do so. And we can find that inspiration in many different ways, whether it's a film, a walk, you know, a run like myself. I know not everybody's into the running and the strenuous activity, so it's whatever works for you. You know, towards the end of last week, some of the things that I really enjoy, I was kind of glazing over a little bit. Really bizarrely, I got up on Saturday morning to go and do a park run and a football match in London. You know, something I absolutely love, something I've raved about on here before, but I just couldn't get the motivation for it. I was asleep in the car on the way down there, and that's not me. They're the things I infuse about. I love those little adventures. So again, it's just pleasing to sort of come through it, but having found a way and spoke about it. I wasn't shy about it. When people asked me if I was all right yesterday, I open my mouth, because I know when I open my mouth and say I'm not okay, then people are going to ask me further questions, and that was really important too. If there's anything to take from this, you know, it's not easy sometimes to tell people you're not feeling fantastic, but it's okay, you know, because it makes you real, it makes you sort of human, and shows a little bit of humility. And that's all I was trying to do, just to sort of show that this is the way it is, but I'm determined to get through it. And as the week's started now, managed to get in that activity. It's reminded me, if anything, getting out for a run tonight is, let's get this never miss a Monday mentality back. Something I've really worked on through training in the past, and I need to work on it again. I need to be getting out running, because I know when I do it, every time I've been out for a run, filmed an episode, I'm absolutely fine. And again, I'm there, I'm ready to really go at it. Have a fantastic week, guys. Hopefully you're feeling good. If not, hopefully you can take something from this. Just going back slightly, sorry, if you are feeling good, you know, just realise that things are sense testers, you know, and it's the way we deal with them, and that's hopefully what I've done quite well and nipped in the bud early. So until tomorrow and Tuesday training, like I say, have a fantastic week, but have a fantastic evening. If you can, find a bit of energy to get out and do some activity, and it'll definitely help. It can never hinder. Just doing it.